Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our celebrity tarot card reading with BTS. This is a request from Vristi Kapoor. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you for your request. That is a subscriber of Hangman Tarot. I'm Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. If you want to go ahead and hit subscribe while I shuffle, I would definitely enjoy that. Other than that, we are going to get started. We're going to get straight into this card reading. I'm just doing a group reading spread. I'm not going to look into their astrology or anything like that. I'm just going to go over the overall energy of the group, and it just seems more fitting to do it that way. BTS is known as the Bangtan Boys and is a South Korean boy band that was formed in 2010, and it debuted in 2013 under Big Hit Entertainment. It consists of the members Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. I'm sorry if I butchered any of those names. Co-writers and co-produces much of their own output. They're originally a hip-hop group. Their musical style was evolved, including a wide range of genres. Their lyrics are often focused on a personal and social commentary, touched on themes of mental health, troubles of school-age youth, and coming of age, loss, the journey towards loving oneself and being an individual. Their work also includes reference literature, psychological concepts, includes an alternative universe storyline. That's very cool. They are sought out as a reading request quite often. So I am going to get into this reading. I'm just going to ask a couple different questions of the group and kind of just like the overall energy and see where it carries our card reading. I figured it would be pretty interesting nonetheless. Within the current energy, there is a clear situation going on within them and their connection. So there's a clear, strong connection. How long it lasts is going to be probably not as long as you would think. It could, the growth in it could last a really, really long time, just depending on how much you take care of it and, or how much you're overworked or how much you're underworking or whatever it is. But the clarity and the strength within the bond and the relationships, the energy here is really good. It's just talking kind of like about, prosperity or like moving forward, spiritual connection energy wise, is that strong? Are they able to handle, moving forward and staying with that money bag? Let's get into the tarot card reading. That's the best part, is to kind of melt the tarot cards into it. When we do this, we're just going to confirm that oracle reading. So we'll confirm the current energy, obviously. I'm going to find out a little bit about the current overall kind of morale of the group, as well as anything that is above the surface. We'll talk about the things that y'all see, and we'll talk about below the surface, the things that you do not see. And we will talk about influences around all those. So kind of everything around it, and a likely outcome, of course, and just kind of like what's next type of thing. And I believe that somebody I think just said that they performed at Coachella. If I'm wrong, comment, let me know. I'm not quite sure though. All right, let's get into this reading. I'm excited. All right, we're going to go over the current morale, current energy, the vibes, anything that the universe actually allows us, gifts us, as far as like information. From the cards, here they are, darling. Okay. So there is drama. There's one in particular that is pretty dramatic. Yeah, definitely one person of dramatics. The communication is there, obviously. They're pretty on point normally. They're pretty fair. They're disciplined when it comes to being in the group. But there is something going on, a little bit of hostility, maybe a power struggle. But there's a change that is needed here. And there's just like a lot of drama coming from that specific source. And this is a Knight of Swords, and it's just indicating to me that the person is youthful, under the age of 30 most likely, which y'all probably figured anyway. Blonde hair, very, very porcelain skin, my guess. whichever one that is. If any of them are air signs. So I'll just throw these out there for you. And if you want to go check these out, you can definitely go check these out. I would really enjoy any comments back or response. So anyway, the morale, because of that, the communication is not as active. There's a lot of anxiety, especially when it has to do with kind of like releasing things and letting go of things that make them suffer. So whoever this specific person is in the crew that is an air sign who has blonde hair, very porcelain skin, definitely has porcelain, very, very porcelain skin. Almost kind of looks like mad about it, just mad about it. That person is creating an anxiety amongst them all. Okay. So that is definitely the morale right now. I mean, there's a lot of strength and connection and power in the band, in the group itself, but this is really bringing them into a place where they cannot move on to the next cycle of whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing as an overall group. So it's not like just like an individual thing going on here. This is about the collective as far as they all go. Let's find out anything that is obvious that we get to see. So we do see conflicts. Okay. So we do see some conflicts, especially within, you know, the connections. There's a lot of feeling here. Whoever is kind of causing the grief or the, you know, the little bit of the conflict or, you know, the chaos is definitely not kind of like talking about everything. So that he's almost like announcing that there's a lot of shit going on under the surface that you're not aware of. So it's probably just a lot of stuff to do with the feeling, the connection, the overall group. Somebody in specific, a fire sign within this, and they could have red hair, very porcelain skin. They're normally very determined, expanding all the time, very inventive when it comes to this group. So they're almost like in their learning again, because they're young, they're very young. So they could even be youngest. Fire sign though. There's a lot of fear coming from this person. There's a lot of not knowing, or maybe just kind of creating roadblocks for their own selves, but it kind of like creates a little bit of non-contentment. Really, it's just like a really good time for us to kind of watch them, and we think it's a good time for them to, you know, explore and get into a place where, you know, they are inventing and they are, oh, what's the words, it'll come, give me a minute. Driving. They need to drive themselves. Okay, because that person normally is pretty good about it, but they have a really big direction, kind of their compass is broke. So it's almost like because there's grief, because there's chaos or some sort of connection here that they're feeling very upset about, it's almost like they've decided to just sit back, you know, create an illusion. And we're watching this, like the fans can see this. This is stuff that is above that we definitely are noticing. Okay. I mean, this person's very unpredictable. They could even be definitely a little bit wild, on the wild side, but their fear runs them, if that makes sense. Their fear runs them and it creates roadblocks wherever they go. And so what I'm trying to explain, sometimes my intuition, I cannot read it. What I'm trying to explain is that this person, because of the way that they're acting, is kind of causing some issues in that sense, causing some of those roadblocks, and we are all watching it, the fans and stuff. So that's what I got for asking about anything that we can actually see. So again, I'm just reading the cards. I'm not actually a fan. We are going to read cards talking about the below. So things that are under the surface of this, you know, group. What is going on that we can't see, that we don't talk about? Okay. Okay, so there is a king of the group, definitely a king of the group, or maybe a manager of the group. I just feel like they're the oldest of the group. There's a jealousy. There's definitely a jealousy, and it's almost like they're not nurturing the group, not like they should be. They should be in a place where they're, you know, very, very motherly, almost parenting, almost like to the epitome of like, I'm going to sit here and be your mother for the rest of your life. And I'm going to, you know, take care of all of your fucking needs. But that's not happening. This person is definitely secure. It's got the coins. I feel like he's overindulgent. I feel, and it could he or she, I don't know, but this could be the oldest person in the group, or this could be like a manager type. But there's definitely going to be a new beginning because of this jealousy and them running around, not really taking care of the growth and the nurturing types of things that you need to take care of in a group to further them. But he's overly indulgent, meaning he is spending their money. So he's taking more of a cut than they should be than they're aware of, or they probably know. I mean, who knows? But it's going to bring a new beginning, this situation. It will come to an end eventually because there will be a choice or a decision that needs to be made because it's their time to shine and they're going to need to be taken care of. Okay. So that is an issue, and it's not really amongst the group. Again, I feel like it's somebody who's in charge. All right, let's get into this last couple cards here. What is it that they're ignoring? Let's find out what they're ignoring. My neighbors are outside. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention to them. There's an issue here. Let's find out what they're all ignoring. All right. So it's looking like the peace or the cooperation within the group has definitely been kind of passed off or judged really harshly. It's almost like there's a lot of action of judgment, and it's feeling like the truth is coming out, though, whatever that might be. So there could have been a relationship within this band. This could be a friendship, just the connection. This could have been lovers, romantic. I feel like it could have definitely been romantic, but I feel like they weren't going to talk about whatever happened in this band because they did not want the action or the reaction to be harsh judgment. They didn't want to be criticized. They didn't want to be judged for whom they were connecting with or whom they were vibing with, whom they, chose to sit and be emotional and loving with. Okay. I feel the truth is going to come out, though, about it. Whether or not they're ignoring the situation, they're pretending it's not happening. The balancing of this situation will come to face the light. I mean, it doesn't take long before those types of things come to the light. And that's an okay thing to come to the light. But I understand, like, from their culture, from thinking about the culture stuff, definitely how this might be mismanaged or mislooked at or ignored completely. Pretend like it's not there. Pretend like it's not happening. Let's find out what else is going on around it and confirm that. Okay. So there's a fire sign. There's a fire sign who's very, very emotional. They could be overly emotional or just repressed emotionally. And they're, whoa, somebody older. I don't know if they're in the band. I'm like, what is going on here? Okay. Somebody is aware and someone is not. Okay, so there's a fire sign, there's an air sign here, and there's also a water sign. The water sign is the eldest, and they are less than empathetic about the situation, okay? This air sign is just kind of like learning information now, learning how to communicate. They're learning how to stay rational, but they're very pissed off. They're so pissed off that it's almost violent. It's hostile. It is unfair. It is confusing. It is cut off. It is cold. It is unfucking comfortable. And this person is learning how to communicate in this moment in his life and wants clarity. There is no clarity. There's confusion. Okay. And this person's even older. Okay. They're not empathetic. They're not compassionate. They're not, holding out a loving hand here to come over here. They could be, lacking any sort of expression of how they might feel for this person. But because they know, they're very aware of the situation, but they're like, I don't want to be a part of it. So whatever, the lovers or whoever they were, very, very close relationship that was within the group. And it could have had something to do with an outside source, but I don't think so. Now, this other person who was dealing with this air sign is definitely immature on their own, but it's like, it didn't draw them away from the situation. They feel spiritually connected to this person. They don't want to put their direction in another way. They want to keep moving towards them, creating something strong, having a really expanded relationship. That's what they want. Okay, Knight of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse. But there's, again, somebody here who knows, an older person, older than the Knight and Page. And the Page, the information and the learning and the education, the power drop of knowledge that they are getting is making them very pissed off about whatever's going on over on this end with the Knight of Wands. Okay, I do know that. Let's get into a likely outcome upcoming month here. There's definitely some trauma that has, you know, been had in this group for sure. Lack of communication about it, lack of, you know, clearing up anything as far as like information or knowledge that they're all aware of, but just ignore. They don't actually communicate it. So bringing that to kind of a closure is going to be very difficult. Any movement towards, you know, less chaos or less conflict is going to be very fucking hard. Okay, so like putting yourself in a really strong, scary energy of chaos. It's just like a perfect fucking storm. Okay, because the financials aren't perfect in this situation. And this Eight of Pentacles is in reverse is definitely indicating that. And just Five of Wands upright is just indicating the drama of the situation or the lack of, you know, connecting with the energy in the group, like really knowing each other, especially with conversation. Nine of Swords in reverse. It's just like, where are you going to ever feel, you know, good enough or be okay enough to get into a different, you know, part of this relationship as a group? Like, no, there's lack of fucking conversation. There's damage done. Hostile, violent, abusive, a lot of bullshit going on that has traumatized this entire crew. I don't know what that means. I don't even know who's doing it. They're never going to get into a place or a space that's good enough to, you know, wander or journey or explore for themselves together as a group, as united. And again, with the financials not being very good, like the money bag is low because it's not perfect. There's nothing perfect about it. There's no action being done about it, especially about that King of Pentacles. All right, please continue to check out Hangman Tarot. Click the bell, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of your future readings here. Again, if you would like to request a celebrity reading, please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section or check out my details, social media. Go check them out and get a hold of me that way. Share, like, and follow on your social media if this resonates, please, and thank you. Thank you for your requests. Again, if you want to do any requests, just go ahead and leave me a note or a comment of some kind. Other than that, I hope that you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful Saturday. See ya.